What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. Today we are going to take a look at another Inart figure, Aragorn, the deluxe premium edition. You can't get it at Big Bad. However, there is a ton of Inart pre-orders at Big Bad Toy Store. They used to not carry them, but now they do. Especially, I've seen Legolas, and the price is similar to the Hong Kong retailers, but you got the I guess the security of Big Bad Toy Store, so that is a big plus to me. But look at the packaging right here. It looks premium. It looks like one of those DX figures. So initially it came with this sleeve, the green. There's a plastic on it. I didn't even remove it. I don't know what it is, like a sleeve. So you take it off and you get greeted with this fabric type of box, and it's there's a like the elvish ring here that moves around. Pretty nice. We got that foil decorations also on the side here, and if you can see Aragorn right there, ever so just subtle on the background. I don't know why is it gray. I don't know, like fabric gray, but hey, it is what it is. It gives you this DX vibe. I'm glad that the box is somewhat manageable, and I also like the packaging for Inart. So you have a shipper box, and then on top of that another box, and then this one. So I appreciate that, especially they are shipping this from Hong Kong or China. But this is the premium edition. As you can see, it is housed in this canister. You take it off, and I'll put it on the side. I'll take it off screen, and you got this foam packaging and then plastic all over, all the accessories, all the hands. Makes it really protected, even though it's already in a foam packaging. And you can see here, this is an exclusive for the premium edition. You got you have some assembly to do, but nonetheless, I know it's gonna be a fun ride for me, since I am a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. And as far as the character Aragorn, I've only had one Aragorn ever, and that is the one from Asmus, the most recent one. It's not the best rendition out there. You got some cleaning wipe cloth in here, polishing cloth. I don't know what that's really for, or ever gonna use it. I don't know, but we'll take a closer look, a deep dive on this accessory. So this bloody hands is a part of the exclusive edition. It is really nicely painted. There is some weird spots on these hands where it feels like it's not painted fully. This one right here, it does have some black wash on them. So there's two hands. I don't know which one is which, but it feels like they're just similar. Let me know. I know this is where you hold the pipe. This one is for the bow, but there's two left hands that I'm guessing one of them holds the bow. This is obviously for holding the sword, and this is the bloody hand that is contingent to the other one. So it is cool. Again, those are the bloody hands are exclusive, and you have his sword right here. It's made out of die cast, which feels really nice. Same as Asmus, honestly. I almost wish that one of them, and they're both die cast right here. I believe this is die cast as well. And then you have the sheath of his sword. You put it in here, and it fits nicely, but it's a bit heavy. I'm not gonna lie. And this one just fits right in here, which I believe is not present on the Asmus, or if it is sculpted. I'm not a big fan of how this was made. You got his cigar pipe in here. It's not focusing. It's too small. And then you have this tiny, I guess it's for sharpening the blade, and it does have that clip on the back. Again, I'm not a big fan of how that's implemented. And then you got this blade that he does have, his dagger with some elvish writing on it that won't focus. There you go. It is made out of die cast, so when you hold it in hand, it feels really premium. Again, I'm just, I guess, afraid of the longevity of this, guys. And then you have his cloak that is bundled up. You can put it in his body. And you have this where you could insert some arrows. If you got to read the instruction manual. And here you have the arrow where you're going to insert the, I guess, his bow when it's not fully retracted. You take this, they said you take this out and then you just kind of fill in with a bow. So that their attention to detail obviously is right there. This string right here, I don't know. I feel like I wanted more give to that. And this is the collapsed version of this arrow, of this bow, where you insert it here in his quiver. This is the belt that you have to assemble. This is the mat. Again, this, I don't think they're leather, the straps that it's in there. And then this is an exclusive, I believe, for the premium edition. Looks really nice. I need to find a better way to display that. And this is the base. It says Aragorn. And then there's little moss that are not sculpted. They're actual, like, I guess, soft goods in there. It is beautiful. You have at the bottom the rotating base / the magnets that you take off. You could adjust them if you want, but really nice materials in here. One thing I would say though is I'm not a big fan of assembling this, but I guess it's nice that it is not in there, because now I see the type of material that it does have. It's not leather. I mean, maybe it is. Let me know in the comments if it is. It's kind of thin, and then you're putting the pressure of this heavy things, and even this, I don't know, man. It feels like it's just gonna break. I've had Asmus before, and I know there's two different companies, two different qualities, but I'm not a big fan of that. But tailoring, this is one aspect I would say that Inart just shines the most, and not just with Aragorn. With every Inart figure, including the Joker, I can't say, I think they got the tailoring on point. The way the fabric, they choose the right fabric, they choose the right materials. It's the cloak that he does have. It's not leather, it's more like pleathery, but it's so thin that it just flattens out to the body. So now it conforms to the shape. It's not bulky. Most 1/6 manufacturers doesn't have this. They don't get this online, but I think Inart has this on point. Just the way they choose the right materials, so it just conforms to the body. The shoes, I've seen this, Gandalf has this, but this is more refined. The stitching, the pleather work is just more premium, I would say. I mean, it is an expensive figure. Looking at the back right there, you see those straps. Again, it's showing out there. I don't know. I might have to look for plastic, daggers and swords for this. I just don't trust those straps. I feel like they're pleather, and it's so thin. That is one time that I wish the material was thick, because I have, I don't know, a lot of Lord of the Ring figures, and this is not their mistake. This is how it's done. They break. They would break eventually. What sucks though is that this is almost a $500 figure, compared to an Asmus figure who's barely $200. So with that, it's almost like, all right, it is what it is. It's been 5 years. It broke. The strap broke. Okay. But with this guy, it would kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie. This is $500. So. But everything here looks and feels premium outside of the straps. Look at the shoes, he looks phenomenal. The head sculpt. Let's jump into this. My goodness, this is a great looking head sculpt. Now, you might say this doesn't look like the prototype, and you are right. I think this is the downside of rooted hair. Again, I'm not saying this is a case of Joker, the one that I received, but I've seen some Aragorns that are better than mine, and that's just how it is. Some people are just better than styling hair than others. But this is not bad at all. It looks phenomenal. I am very happy with how this turned out. Even my own copy right here. Maybe I'll remove some products towards the, the latter end of his hair, because from the prototype it looks like it needs to be a little puffier, but mine has products on it, which is not bad. That's how it's supposed to be, and I like the way it's styled. But maybe I can improve it. I think the version 2s have longer hair than others. With mine, even if I leave it as it is, I still think it looks phenomenal. It might not be 100%, but man, it is close. And it looks great. His eyes, the facial structures, just the overall look. The hair is phenomenal, in my opinion. It looks great. I gotta fix the eyes, but some details you would appreciate more on a video like this compared to having it in hand, because now everything gets magnified. But they nailed it, in my opinion. They absolutely nailed it. The eyes, the color of these eyes. He even has this kind of like scar on his upper lip. It is the hair. Like, no one has done this the way, even on statue, even Prime 1, the way Inart did. Articulation wise, this guy is, I gotta give it to Inart, because the body that they use is amazing. Now, for head sculpt, it's on its own ball joint, so you could move it. The neck itself wouldn't move, though. That's one thing that hopefully they address in the future. But because of how thin and how movable the materials are, you would not have any issues posing this guy around. There is no restriction whatsoever. You can see he can easily achieve a T-pose. You can kick him up pretty high. If you want him riding on a horse or something, there's no threads on the shoe. But everything here, as far as articulation wise, there's promotional shots where he was kneeling on, and holding his sword. You can easily achieve that pose as well yourself. This is how good this figure is when it comes to posing. There's also even some waist articulation. The belt itself, it keeps on sliding down. You have to install it yourself, but I just feel like, again, the swords are heavy for what you have in him. For what the belt is. You can tighten it up all you want, and I tried it. I've watched the video and it's still, kind of pulling itself down. We're gonna put him some poses here because we just came off articulation, and he is very poseable, if you can tell right here. The base itself is nice. This is him kind of fully loaded. I like the look. I just feel like there's a lot of things going on his back. I kind of like the last scene on Fellowship of the Ring when they're fighting Lurtz and all those hordes of orc. I haven't even touched the eye for this figure or my BVS. It's just too good. I don't even have time to play around with that. I am just in awe with the actual figure itself. Here he is, trying to draw his arrow. I tried, putting him in a pose where he's kind of like ready to shoot an arrow, but I don't know, there's not a whole lot of stretch. You could do it, but it's not in a natural way compared to Legolas's bow in Asmus. I just feel like I'm gonna break it. So I was just like, you know what? Aragorn doesn't even do this a lot. That's Legolas's job. So I'm gonna put him in a more safer pose right here. But he still looks phenomenal. Here he is in, going up in the mountains. It's snowing a lot. This one, I removed his quiver and also the blanket on his back, but I inserted the hoodie because when they were traveling, I think he does have them, but there's different looks that you can put him in, and that is the beauty of this. He has different looks throughout the movie, so you could achieve all of that, and you can style the hair as well, especially if you get the rooted hair, which in my case, that wasn't even a consideration of getting the sculpted hair. And here he is I removed the. Oh no, I didn't. Well, yeah, I think I removed it here. His gauntlet and him holding. You see, there you can't even see any joints in him. So from afar, it looks like a real person. But here he is alongside some Asmus, Lord of the Rings. Even got Asmus Gandalf. I don't have the Inart Gandalf, and I'm totally fine with that. But they still look good together, in my opinion. So you can mix and match. Final thoughts on this Aragorn. Possibly my favorite figure in my collection. Both just look-wise and the importance of the character for me. I love Lord of the Rings. That's not a secret. I love my Aragorn Asmus. But this is in a whole new level of just awesomeness, of realism from Inart. Inart is really good. The quality is there. The price, we can debate on that. It's a bit high for my liking. I don't know if there's gonna be a time where I'm gonna be okay paying $500 for a figure. If there was one time, that would be Aragorn. The other time might be Legolas, because I pre-ordered that at Big Bad. But I feel more confident. It's just me. It's my own personal, choice to get it from Big Bad instead of Hong Kong retailer. The last time I ordered from Hong Kong, it was Toys Wonderland, so maybe I got PTSD on that. We don't talk about that store. But with that being said, is it worth every penny? For me, sure. I still feel like it's a bit more expensive, but I'm willing to pay for that for certain characters, and that certain characters would be Aragorn. And I'm happy to have him. I'm happy that I finally got the figure that I wanted for a good price as well. I didn't pay that price. I got this on BSTs. I didn't buy it on Hong Kong. I bought it from a seller here in the US on one of the BST groups. And, I think I got it for a decent price. But if you love Lord of the Rings, I highly recommend this. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I'll see you in the next video.